This program is proudly sponsored by DT's Hotel, where every colour of the rainbow drinks, corner of Hyatt and Church Streets, Richmond.
Please, fasten your seatbelts. My name is Kylie. I'll be your purser. The exits are located at the front and the rear of the craft.
Get up to get down at discotheque. Take a breath and
shut up! Good evening and welcome to Squeal on Channel 31 Bent TV, your community television station, because you're that darn lucky to be seeing us tonight, who's so attractive. Oh, and music's playing out of my hair, I'll have to turn that down. Of course, today is going to be a very exciting show. There's lots of things happening. Of course, Vivian, myself, Lois, Love Kitten, and Paul will be running off to go and see a fantastic show at the casino. So if we don't have time to finish, we're just going to disappear and someone very attractive will be taking over. So look out for that if we're not here. Also, we'll be mentioning sensational things and sensational stuff, and I'll get to that a bit later on. I'm going to introduce the Squealers today. On the end, we have a very sexy young lady. Please make her welcome the lovely Megan.
Thanks.
How are you, Megan?
I'm lovely, thank you, you apolitical, fluffy drag queen.
I'm not political at all.
And I love you for it.
I like that. This is still very nice. You're very brown. You've been out in the sun, tanning
Yeah, and
yourself.
the orange sets it off well, and you'll see as we go round with the camera there that the orange is a lesbian theme.
Oh, is it?
Yes, it's the new lesbian colour, orange.
Oh, well, good, because
We've left lavender behind.
Puppets are taking pink back. Vivian St James is next. Welcome, Vivian. Have you had a lovely week?
I have a lovely
week. You are extremely brown. What's going on here?
This is the new Golan terracotta range. You can see the sparkle prisms in here. I don't know if you can see. You probably can't, but yeah.
And these are very brown too, Vivian. Look at that. Oh, I love a breast. Next to me, of course, is the lovely Monique. Welcome, Monique. What's all this?
Oh, you know, it's just something I picked up in the gutter.
Are you with her that, you know?
She called me, I said I'd wear mine if she wore hers.
The orange?
Yeah, little.
Oh, you didn't call me, I would have worn mine as well. I mean, you know, I don't mind being a bit of an orange lesbian every now and then. And on the end we've got Michael. Welcome, Michael. Good, darling. You've had a bit of a long day, so you'll probably be a bit tired.
I am actually, yeah. Fair to middling, I think is the term.
Bit of a soldier on. And on the news desk we have Robbie. Welcome, Robbie.
Thank you, Tabitha.
There he is.
He's very sexy, isn't he? It's nice to have a sexy boy on news desk. Oh, I'm stretching at my boobies. Now we've got news first with Michael, so over to Michael. Thanks, darling.
Well, I just thought we should all say a prayer for poor old Liza this week. She's been really ill in hospital, so I hope she's well again soon. Doesn't sound good though.
Well, Lorna Luff flew over and they're not talking, so it must be serious.
Years of alcoholism, pills. It's sad
I think
to
she's
think that
fine
my
now,
mother was
Gunnar.
like that and she's like that. And
Didn't she wake out of it though now? Isn't she okay?
no. She'll never be okay, come on.
She'll probably lose some weight.
She's
Probably lost weight after the stroke now. She'll come back just looking fantastic.
I reckon there's going to be a comeback tour now with a new hip,
Yeah,
a new set of breasts and a facelift.
there she is there.
See?
Now, she's not bloated there, is she?
Well, her head's up, you can't see the chin's got she's got a pole in her
She looks as if she's got a bit, what's that called? The wobbly bit under the arm?
Grandma's arm.
The grandma's arm.
See, she
Vivian about that.
she wears long things now, you can't see the wiggly arms.
On a lighter note, did you see that Thorpe got on the...
I saw that episode.
Yeah, the Tonight Show with
Jay
Leno.
Leno.
Yeah. Got called into he was just sitting in the audience and he got called up and he ended up sort of...
He wasn't huge setup, but he looked very, very attractive.
Hasn't he been modelling for Calvin Klein in New York?
Armani.
Armani.
Yeah.
Well, I hope he does an underwear catalogue.
Is he a porn
star?
Is he
Who cares?
I'm actually quite curious.
Well, Lois hopes so. I bet you our producer hopes so, but no, he's not. And just on a really much lighter note, alert to aliens. Like in Japan, I know this because I used to live there, you have to carry around this alien card wherever you go. If you don't carry it around, you actually get arrested. Okay?
Well, Kylie Minogue's got one because apparently she's an alien. Remember the Truth said that a while ago? Yeah.
Well, there's this little clause in it, and it was pointed out in the paper this week, that if you happen to die, please make sure that you return this card to local authorities or you will be punished.
Okay, so they're a bit backward. Thanks for that, darling. Monique, do you have some news, sweetheart?
Oh, I've got a tad bit of news. The Pope, blessing pizza makers. Did somebody forget to tell the Pope that the pizza makers are the mafia? Did they forget to tell him?
Well, they probably give the money to the church so they're blessed and they feel good.
We are the most corrupt religion.
There was a thing about that. The
Religion.
Queen went over and she wouldn't eat Italian pasta. Certain pasta was a bit messy. So,
Yeah, she wanted some
so it was
things
on the
taken out,
news.
yeah.
So sad. Of all the things that are going on in the world that they report on,
No carnies.
what the pasta the Queen won't eat.
No carnies.
You know what I mean? I think surely there's something more exciting going on.
No, well, she's probably getting old now. She doesn't want to get heartburn and flatulence, you see, at her age. Yeah.
And when she puts down her fork, everyone has to stop eating. That's the bitch about the whole thing.
I wouldn't
When she
do that.
stops, everyone stops. Would you?
Really? No.
No, I wouldn't, actually. If I was really enjoying it, and you know, like you can't go to the toilet until she's left? No, forget it. What are we supposed to do? Piss on the floor, for God's sake? I mean, come on. Sorry, Mon.
No, continue.
No, you're right. You've got Hillary in hand.
Hillary's birthday, 53.
She looks good for 53.
Oh, well, she's amazing for 53.
Hey, what was I saw something about the price that it cost to go to that.
Oh,
party. It was something
19,000.
Like, yeah, something like 18,000.
What's
Let's go to a
birthday
charity,
party?
surely.
Well, it would be.
Or maybe it's to her campaign thing.
Just in her back pocket.
You should have one of those, Tab.
I mean, people would pay to go to her
Do
birthday.
you reckon?
Yeah, if only one person turned up, you'd be ahead, wouldn't you?
$19, perhaps. Is that all from you, Ganelle, at the moment?
Yes.
Vivian St James, do you have some news?
Well, there wasn't really anything very exciting, but I did see this, and it's of important issue to you and I. We do a lot of travelling about the young bride-to-be who died of deep vein thrombosis. Yes, there she is, and she died after travelling, and apparently it says in a study that 15% of people coming in off a flight from Australia to London have the signs and the beginnings of a blood clot after being cramped in the conditions and sitting for
Well,
a
maybe
long
they
time.
should take an
That's
aspirin before they
Well,
go
it
on
does
the thing.
suggest that, but you think they should tell you on your ticket, shouldn't
Well, that's why the Myall High Club, I think, will probably get more and more because people can actually exercise in the cubicle provided. I think that's very
It should be
important.
encouraged.
There should be heavy sex on aircraft.
And another thing I
a
know.
maze on the...
A maze, everyone just walks
maze,
around. Ooh, where am I? And glory holes cut through the maze. Sorry, Ganelle.
And your planning permits, it's very important in our society today. Now, apparently there's some trouble in Sydney because a North Shore brothel, which has already been there's a church opening in the street, and the owners of the brothel are concerned that the parishioners from the church are going to close down the brothel. It was there originally.
So they've objected to the church?
Yeah.
Well, I think so. I mean, you
Well,
know,
the church usually is there first and they object to
Yeah,
the brothel,
exactly.
but this is a different
it's
situation.
nice that they get their own back every now
What
and
do you
then.
think they should do?
Oh, burn
Well, I
it
think
down.
they should invite the parishioners to the brothel.
Do you?
And then if everyone gets along quite well and there's no, you know...
Depends if they're Catholic or not, really, doesn't it?
Yeah. I suppose so.
Otherwise,
Oh,
Father
that's
would be
right.
down there.
At least I'll be using condoms, of course. Safe sex, don't forget. Megan, darling heart.
Yeah, well, very sad news that the lovely Dr. Charlie Perkins died this week, which was
Yeah.
very sad. And he was, you know, a fantastic Aboriginal activist. He was on the 1960s freedom rides. He was the first Aborigine to head a federal government department and the first to get a university degree. And it's very sad. He died of a liver disease. And
He'd been sick for a while, hadn't he?
yeah, he had. He had a liver transplant back in 1972. So he was also the longest recipient of a transplanted kidney, liver.
Truly.
Yeah. So very, very sad. He was given a state funeral service.
I actually popped
is
in
actually
there for
quite
about
unusual.
10 minutes. I was
Did you?
sort of around the corner and walked in. Had a big screen out there, and at the time I walked through, his son was talking, so it was a bit...
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, always
it's
keep
full
a
on.
fire in the belly is something that apparently Charles Perkins said, which I think is great advice to live by. But very sad, and he did a lot of really good stuff. He always stuck to his guns. You know, a lot of people were saying, shut up, Charlie, shut up, Charlie.
And he
but
put it up everyone. That was, no, it's good.
he did.
All right, sorry, darling. We've got to cross now to the news desk with the lovely Robbie.
Thank you, Tabitha.
Thank you, Robbie.
Thank you, Tabitha. Now, I'm going to start off with some international news. First up, we have gay marriage in Taiwan. Chinese gay rights activist Chi Chai-wei has asked the Council of Grand Justice in Taiwan to explain its decision to refuse him a marriage licence. He asked for public notarisation of his marriage to his life partner, who was a man, but was inexplicably turned down by the Taipei District Court in May. Chai complained to the High Court of Taiwan, but his complaint was rejected. He's now asked the Council of Grand Justice to present a constitutional interpretation of their legal position. The Girl Scouts of America have distanced themselves from the recent controversy regarding Boy Scouts in America admitting gay men. The Denver Post reports that Rochelle Trujillo of the Myall High Girl Scout Council, nothing to do with Tabitha's Myall High group, I don't think, has asserted that Girl Scouts don't discriminate and they don't endorse any particular lifestyle. In trying to appease concerned parents, Trujillo further explained that it's not appropriate for our leaders to discuss their sex lives and we don't permit sexual displays of any sort. Third up, this is very international, this one. The Also Foundation here in international Melbourne is suing Qantas. This is in regards to Grace Jones arriving in town one day late for a January 1999 performance. That they're suing for between 80,000 and 100,000. She'd arrived a day late, missing publicity opportunities, and also contend that affected the sales for her performance at the Metro nightclub. She also had a bit of a crisis when she arrived because her shoes didn't turn up. Ooh. Being a bit short, Grace Jones relies on her high heels for the necessary stature on stage. They didn't turn up, so some helpful George's people had to help her out with some shoes, but she nonetheless fell off her platform shoes.
Oh, lovely. Thanks for that, Robbie. That was great. We'll cross back to the news just going to end later, but now we're going over to Michael and we're going to find all about, hats off. Thanks, Michael.
Thanks, Tabitha. Oz Showbiz Cares is, the Equity Fights AIDS Committee of Oz Showbiz Cares are putting together a program called Hats Off. It's going to be with the support of the Mariner Theatres. In the Forum Theatre, we'll play host to people like the Australian Ballet, members of the cast of Buddy, Paul Kelly, Rhonda Birchmore, Marie Mercedes, Marty Feld.
Oh, stunning. And where can we get tickets?
Well, any of those ticket type places, and it's on Sunday the 12th of November at 2000 at 8 p.m.
Thank you, darling. We're going out to a break now, and after the break we're going to have a bit more of this. Good night.
That perfect beat, boy. That feeling, that perfect feeling, that perfect feeling, all over me. Beat boy, hit that perfect beat boy, beat boy.
I said everyone take your hats off. But I'm not because I wear my hair. Yes, I'm not. You can just balance on the side there,
Let's talk about sex for now. To the people at home or in a crowd, it keeps coming up anyhow. Don't be coy, avoid or make void the topic, cause that ain't gonna stop it. No, talk about sex on the radio and video shows. Many of you know anything goes. Let's tell it like it is.
Oh, good evening and welcome back to Squeal on Channel 31 Ben TV, your community station, all that sort of jazz. Now we've got, of course, in this segment, the lovely Vic Perry from Peer Education Officer at the VAC. Welcome, darling. How are you, Vic?
Thank you.
Now, what is your role at the VAC?
The HIV Peer Education Officer, and basically that's education for positive people who are already with HIV. And one of the things I do is a radio program on Joy Melbourne. It's every Tuesday night, 7 o'clock. Called Positive Life on 90.7 FM, and that goes for an hour every Tuesday, and that's I cover all sorts of things, anything about HIV, whether it be treatments. I interview doctors and treatments officers, and we also
so you'd be up with the latest stuff that's happening at the moment. Yeah.
So if anybody wants to know absolute latest in treatments, we talk about that, but also lifestyle issues, nutrition, diet, I've had people come on and talk about various events where money is going to VOC or other HIV organisations, like the prisoner unlocks the Gates for AIDS that was on recently. Had Annie Phelan on to talk about it, that sort of thing.
She might be on next week.
Yeah, she's fantastic. She was great. Also do resources. I develop resources, and for an example, this is a resource called HIV medication questions, and it's just a list of questions or a guide of questions for people to ask GPs about their treatments. And it's a bit different to the usual stuff, because normally you get, there's heaps of books on treatments already. So this is asking the questions. So it's people can go to their GP and ask the right questions.
Okay, so forget or something, or don't know how to ask it.
And it's a little thing, you can fold it up, stick it in your wallet, so it's very discreet. Also,
do you find that people are given the correct information at doctors, though? Are they having to go to people like yourself to get the information because their doctor's not giving it to them?
I mean, there are specialised doctors in Melbourne that have been working with HIV-positive clients for years, and so they know a lot. But there are still some people that go to a local GP in the suburbs. And
who are the particular doctors who are good with this sort of thing? If there's people watching
Am I allowed
out
to
there,
mention it?
well, I can't see why not. There might be people out there who've got a local GP, but they're not comfortable.
Yeah, there are a few doctors, and of course, if I mention names, it's no way judging whether they're good or not. But they're basically
I won't want to mention them.
That's all right, I won't.
Ring up your 90.7 on Tuesday on the FM dial.
We have a couple of clinics anyway at Victorian AIDS Council, which I can mention. So we have two clinics, one in St Kilda and one in Northcote, and they specialise in HIV, and they're gay doctors as well. So anyone out there who is gay, HIV, call us, and we have some GPs.
Well,
but there are that in the
doctor
city.
From the Carlton Clinic just won an award.
Con Hatzis, he's fantastic.
Attractive, my God. Oh, they're gorgeous.
I suppose the good thing about having a gay aware doctor is that you can actually ask a doctor some information, but deciphering that information could be quite difficult, couldn't it? Because they could give you just a whole lot of medical terms that you just absolutely don't understand. And perhaps you've gone that way of going, okay, I'm asking this question, and then do you want to come out looking like, oh, shit, I don't understand any of what you just said. What does that mean in lay terms?
Oh, okay,
okay.
And it's difficult in that sort of 15 minutes that you've got, which is pretty quick. You can walk away thinking, what do you say about this?
Well, we all do.
And that's one
we
of
all
the
nod and go,
I haven't got a clue.
One of the roles that Victorian AIDS Council plays is that we actually have a treatments officer called Tony Maynard, and he's up on the latest in treatments. So people that can come to him and say, well, listen, the GP said this and that, I don't know what he means and all that sort of stuff. So he can spend time with people to talk about treatments.
And also knowing what sexual antics they can still get up to, or feeling safe about too. They might not feel comfortable talking to their local GP about.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing about, it's like a woman going to a female doctor. It's the same thing.
Important one then? Do you see your job as really filling a gap that?
Certainly. I'm probably the only person in Victoria that does this, but it's basically HIV positive people, they may think, well, I've already become infected, so what's there to worry about now? I've been transmitted, I've got this virus, and there's a lot of things that people need to think about, and that's their general health. So in order to lessen lessen the progression to AIDS, because there's a lot of people living with HIV that are asymptomatic, which means that they don't have symptoms, so they're living well with HIV. But there are some things that could trigger off, or some things that could speed up progression of AIDS, and it could be anything. It could be a whole bunch of factors like smoking and bad diet, or recreational drugs or whatever. Nothing on its own does it, but there's a whole variety of things. So my role is actually
help them out,
giving opportunities for people to maintain good health. So it's like a quick course that I actually do, quit smoking course. I run those courses, and one's coming up in a few weeks if anybody's interested.
That's lovely. I'm not interested in quit smoking. Would you stay on for the rest of the show with us, sweetheart? Lovely. Have a breath, have a glass of water. We've got to cross over to the news to see somebody that you know very well. Thank you, Robert.
Very well, yeah. Hello, Robbie.
The husband.
We've had another case of a school student suing his school in the Hunter Valley in New South Wales. An 18-year-old former student is suing two Catholic schools he attended. He suffered a lot of abuse and harassment including violence from other students, and claims that teachers just turned a blind eye even though they knew it was going on. He was also banned from seeing a school counsellor and banned from entering the library, which was a sanctuary for him. The deputy principal banned him because he thought the student needed to be amongst the wolves in order to be toughened up. The case has already been lodged in courts but could take up to 9 months before it's resolved. More locally, Melbourne drag star Ferrell Beryl has disclosed from his hospital bed in the Alfred Hospital that he's HIV positive. He's gone public because he wants to be, as he says, a visual talking point for other young people and older people who do not practice safe sex. He's only 22 years old. He says that he's going to incorporate safe sex information to promote awareness into his shows, and says he'd be happy doing a job in that area with the Victorian AIDS Council Gay Men's Health Centre. Third bit of news is that Dr Darren Russell has been appointed the new president of the Victorian AIDS Council Gay Men's Health Centre, and he says he's going to look forward to the great work of continuing the great work of the previous board.
Good on him.
Thank you. We wish him all the best. And good on you, Ferrell Beryl, for coming out. It's lovely, sweetheart. What we're doing now, we're crossing over to our roving reporter, Sue Ridge, and of course the very busty Miss Lucy Loosebox, and they're checking out Millie Minogue's new set of fun bags, her tits. Let's cross over to that now.
Is it on? Fabulous. Good evening, everybody. It's Susie with the newsy here, on location here at the Exchange Hotel. The bomb renovations and everything. It's been a harrowed year here, and I've loved. Here I am with the fantastic Lucille Ethel Loosebox and Millie Minogue.
Good evening.
Fabulous. We're actually interviewing Millie with her new upsizing tits here. That's a shocking interview. Now, Millie, can I ask you a few personal and very private questions?
Shoot.
Sorry?
Shoot.
Well, they're not one of the questions, but anyway. Now, I've got them on paper, so if I look like I'm looking down, I actually am looking down. Okay. You've recently had a breast implant. If you can pan down on those set of fucking fabulous... Oh! Buggery. Oh, we can't say that either. Sorry. Implants. Now, Millie, what did you used to use before for tits?
I used to use the old-fashioned chicken fillets. They're those, there's things made of silicone, but you actually sort of, they're just like chicken fillets, really.
Fabulous. Actually, I think Lucy's using chicken fillets. Have you? Oh,
They're in the frying pan.
Yeah.
Get home after work tonight.
She's got a lean cuisine on heat when she gets home. Okay, now what are the benefits of your new tits?
The dresses look fabulous, and everyone looks at you more, and you pick up trade just like that, really.
Oh, you are so lucky. Now, what is your current bra size?
It's a 10C.
10C. Now,
over and out, rubber ducky.
Yeah. Oh, great. Thank you. Ruined my interview. Now, they're not going to shrink at all. There's no shrinkage involved?
No, they actually swell. On a good night, they swell. When I get excited, they really swell.
Okay, then. Right. And now, are they the same size as Kylie's? Everyone's going to want to know this. Are they the same size as Kylie's?
She's a B, I'm a C.
So does that mean you're bigger or smaller?
I'm bigger.
Oh, you're bigger, baby.
I have to do things bigger than them.
Now, I want to know, what's it like to be top heavy when you're only 4 foot tall like yourself?
Well, they're not really that heavy, really. No, they're not, because I've been living with heavy nuts for years, so really.
I'm not even going there. Now, have your tits had intercourse yet?
Well, actually, I had 2 Italian wogs, 6 foot tall muscles from hell on the weekend. Friday night, I picked up one from Viper Room, and then on Saturday night, I picked up one from Jane's Bar. So,
Millie, that makes me want to have tits put in. Does that make one of you want to have tits put in?
Yeah, well, it's sort of, but at least we can take them out at the end of the night, Sue.
Yeah, if they came with zippers, Lucy and I'd get them put in. Now, where are we? Now, is it true that I've heard that Jennifer Ann Wells is the next one to get her tits put in?
Well, I actually worked with Jen a few weeks ago here at the Exchange, and she saw them. She was so impressed. She said, "Oh, Kerry, I really got to have a pair, but she can't afford them." And Kerry said she'd actually pay for them.
Does Jennifer sort of realised that her tits would hang down to her knees, you know. Only joking.
Old enough.
Only joking, Jen. Only joking.
We love you, Jennifer.
I love you, Jen. Now, is there any plans for an upsize?
What, my nuts or my breasts?
Not your nuts. Oh, please keep it quiet. No, your breasts. Are you going to enlarge them even more?
No, I don't want to look too freaky.
What, you don't look freaky now?
Watch out, that nylon hair comes off.
It's not nylon, it's real. It's real. Okay, so now what about, are there any plans for down below?
Am I going to get a sharpener? Well, I don't know. We'll see.
You don't know?
We'll see.
It's under heavy wraps. Now, I also want to know, Lucy, are you going to plan to get some of yours done?
I hardly think so, Susie.
Or are you going for reduction?
I'm actually going for a reduction and a tightening at the moment, so it's working very well.
She's working very heavily at the gym. Okay, this is Susie with the newsie here on location at the Exchange Hotel. Goodbye, Squeal, and I'll see you later on. Bye.
Oh, and of course that was the three freaks, Sue, Rich, Millie Minogue and Lucy. Of course, Lucy's gone to the gym. Millie's only got her breasts done to make her testicles look smaller, and Sue Rich is actually buffed up and fattened up, so her boobs look actually quite good now. Oh, they're getting us now. We're off to the casino to see Bad Boys, Bad Boys.
That's my favourite subject.
Goodbye, everybody. Have fun. Oh, I've got to put my we've got to go. I'm sorry. Someone pretty will be here soon.
Staring at us, I'm telling you my smile. Kisses, sweet, sweet kisses.
Hello, Junior. This is Madonna. Are you there? Call me in Miami.
Thank you. Welcome back. This is third segment, and I know that she promised you someone really good looking. Well, how disappointment. It's me. We've been joined by Graham down the end of the panel. Welcome.
It's a pleasure to be on Fluff Television.
Oh, thank you so much.
Fluff Television.
And in this little segment, we're going to be interviewing Jennifer Clark from Squint Market Print Promote about the Also Directory. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
The Also Directory, basically a directory of businesses and...
of community groups and gay and lesbian and bisexual and transgender friendly and owned businesses.
And strictly businesses?
Commercial enterprises as such, so
okay.
yeah.
And community groups.
And community groups, yeah.
That's what I was here to get.
A very important part, yes.
Like
absolutely.
TV,
like the TV,
exactly,
yes.
subscribe. So if you, just to start on a quirky note, what are the more bizarre entries? There must be some
Bizarre
interesting...
entries.
Like, is there cats and dogs and all that? The pets take up a huge segment.
Actually, the pets are really booming this year, apparently. A lot of people are advertising from their dog grooming salons and whatnot.
I know poofters do pamper their pets, don't they?
They certainly do. Apparently, that's a big and growing market, so we'll probably be seeing a lot more advertisers from that.
In fact, I think in Brother Sister last week I saw a whole article about poofters and their
that
cats.
That wouldn't have been advertorial, would it?
Well, you know, it's not just poofters though.
It's lesbians and their dogs.
Well, lesbian and dogs are lesbian children. Lesbians.
Well, they were saying in this article, lesbians don't have our dog sit scenario, particularly for lesbians. It's either your dog or her dog, because when the breakup happens...
The divorce settlement, who has the children?
Custody, all that, it gets messy.
Messy, don't think about children.
Dogs, if I
No.
look at them. Are you a dog?
Yes.
Did you just say, are you a dog?
No, a dog. Are you a dog? No, a dog. No, shut up, Vic. I did not.
I don't know, darling, but you're a bitch.
Megan Cameron, don't start me on that stuff. I am a fan of the Also Directory. I really am. Because we use it for research, for Bent all the time, for blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
If we're stuck for an idea, which we generally are on Monday nights because we're wiped out, we go to the Also Directory.
Excellent. Well, that's what it's there for.
So why are we in the directory?
Why would you be in the directory? So that everyone in the gay and lesbian community can have access to you and can call you up if they need to come on TV.
And what, feel comfortable about dealing with a business that's not going to judge them,
to discriminate,
react to them.
Judge, etc., etc. So
It's funny, in my role at VAC, quite often we'll get calls that might not have nothing to do with what we do, but someone will call about, oh, do you know a gay dentist or a gay butcher or whatever, and quite often I use the directory.
Yeah, absolutely.
Actually.
Well,
I use
a
a lot
butcher?
of no.
I do.
I like kosher. So I use it quite a bit.
Excellent.
For all sorts of reasons. So it's
So
really quite a useful.
All this benefits our community how?
It certainly does. Well, what we're trying to do with the next year's directory is really get a lot more rural advertisers involved and a lot more...
Because they're out there.
They certainly are, yeah. It's something that's not really accommodated in this directory, but something that we're looking to boost in next year's directory. But we're also trying to get the internet side of things happening and get a really hip-hop happening website up and running next year that's, so that we've got an online version of the directory. So,
Well, there's the actual directory there.
Yes.
And it's quite a thickie too.
Yeah, it's great now,
It
actually.
is.
But what about the politics of which is unlike me to talk about politics, but actually of us only using gay, lesbian, transgender friendly businesses? So we're in a ghetto or in a closet. We're not actually shoving our homosexuality in the faces of the wider community.
No, I don't think it's a matter of that.
No, I think a lot of people will use it because some people...
Many of them
say,
would be
for
straight
instance,
businesses,
a
surely.
gay, but if a gay guy might be in a flat or a house, whatever, he's got magazines lying on the table or pornos, that sort of stuff, pictures on the wall, whatever.
Yeah.
Same for a lesbian, say. You know, you don't want to have to worry about the plumber or the
that's a good
gardener
point.
or
That's a
someone
good
coming
point.
in because you've got to clean everything up
But
and you've got to make sure...
I want to shove it in their faces. I want to bring those heterosexuals
Yeah, but what
around.
if they do something like they some form of discrimination, like beat you up, or who knows?
Who's
They
going
might
to beat
do.
us up? We're
But,
thugs.
but some people
Imagine
find it embarrassing. I mean, I'm sure you don't find anything embarrassing.
No,
Some people
nothing.
It depends, like if you happen to be wearing a nightie made out of that when you answer the door to the electrician.
As I do.
You might
This lesbian over there, I've seen her in her PJs. She's such a dag. I wouldn't sleep with them on.
Snakes and ladders flannel pyjamas.
And the other little lesbian, little Filipino girl next to her, she wears the cutest little
Stop
thing.
pointing, it's
I'm
rude.
sorry, I'm not pointing.
She's got feet in her jammies.
Yeah.
Actually, fluff on. That's what I say. How does the foundation then benefit from this actual
How do they
publication?
Well, obviously we've this is the first year that also have contracted the commercial side of the directory out to a private company, which is us. So we've obviously paid them a license fee that I can't disclose the amount, obviously.
Yeah. But that's that benefit monetarily.
We paid them a healthy license fee that that they will then re-inject into the foundation, and obviously. Once we reach a certain amount of profit, we then pass that on to also as well. So, and as I said, all the community group listings are free. So if you've got a community group, then it's free.
Like the new Wangaratta group I was talking about the other week, Coffee Club up in Wangaratta. That's something that's only just formed. There's a lot of little country groups that people need to hear about because they're the most isolated of everyone in the community. Just quickly, we should cross to the news desk for the very latest. Thank you, Jason. That's the director.
Oh, Jason's telling you.
Okay, now we've got some startling news here. Scooby-Doo is coming to Queensland. Scooby-Doo has been, well, not Scooby-Doo, Queensland has been chosen as the filming location for the big screen version of Scooby-Doo, a cartoon about a group of crime-busting teens, also known as Those Meddling Kids. The film will feature the cartoon's regular characters, including leggy redhead Daphne and a dumpy smart girl with glasses called Thelma.
I love her.
Shaggy, of course, was a long-haired youth, mostly teamed with the talking dog Scooby-Doo, also known as Scoob. Shaggy and Scoob spent much of the time being scared or suffering from inexplicable cravings for pizza and Scooby snacks. Unsubstantiated reports claim that starlet Tabitha Turlington will portray the sexy teen investigator Daphne.
Please.
No one yet knows who is going to play the dog. From Russia we've got some interesting advice. Russia's National Centre in the Fight Against AIDS has begun a newspaper campaign recommending virginity, masturbation and telephone sex instead of intercourse. Some good advice there. More cases of HIV have been reported this year in Russia than in the last 13 years combined, and it's estimated about 400,000 Russians are HIV positive. Now, third, I'm going to just plug Hats Off. This is a fundraiser by Showbiz Cares Equity Fights AIDS, same people that did the prisoner reunion, and anyone who went to that will know how enjoyable that was. This event features Annie Phelan, of course from Prisoner, John O'May, Rhonda Birchmore, Marsha Mercedes, or even Maria Mercedes, and Bad Boys apparently are involved as well. So proceeds from that go to HIV/AIDS and Indigenous Australia. Tickets are available from Ticketek.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Well, that was great, Robert. Thank you very much. Scooby-Doo. I was brought up on Scooby, I must say. Hey, guys, I hear a rumour about, they're finally committed to a date for the Bent TV charity auction. And that's coming up on about the 3rd of November, something like that.
3rd of December.
3rd of December.
Sunday, 3rd of December.
There you go, from the horse's mouth.
4 p.m.
And just to titillate you slightly...
Oh, tits again.
Exactly. Well, this is probably more apt to you. We've had a few donations already from people. And I have to get my list out here. This is from Orchard Blue Lingerie. This is for the girls, Calvin Klein set.
Very nice.
Wow, it's rather see-through as well. And it's got all that wonderful support, you know.
Is it a 10C for Millie Minogue?
I think it's bigger than a 10C somehow.
Why don't we get one of the women to try it on?
Oh, no.
Go on, tell.
It's one of those store things. Over your clothes you can. And there's also lunch for two at Segafredo in Hardware Lane in the city. And, of course, Monique brought this in today. Thanks, Monique. Richard Morrison has donated a painting that will be auctioned on the night as well. So
worth $2,500
easily.
Yep.
And another thing we have, 4 sex slaves for the night or afternoon. So
People that want to help us, not sex slaves, they're assistants.
we have
Mom.
4 sex slaves, and we're going to try and confirm at least one female, and that will all be gay.
You mean like people you can auction bid
We're
for?
auctioning for sex slaves. Well,
Ben has no
we'll call them
politics.
slaves
We'll do
for
anything.
now.
Are you putting yourself up here, or...?
Well, not myself, no. Actual professional workers that work in some dominatrix place thing.
Like
So yeah, I think that'll be kind of a hard.
Does that come with...
That's her other job. People
Does
think
that
she's in
come-
IT, but she's not.
Does
Trust
that
me.
come with room hire, or...?
I think whatever you choose
No
to
extras.
do. But yeah, there will be a disclosed time that you can use them.
Batteries extra. That's what it'll be.
Yep.
Batteries not included. Now, you wanted to show us something that you saw
That's right, yeah.
earlier, Mr. Perry.
I found this in the paper. I just want someone to explain this to me. I had a few ideas myself, but...
Send an email in.
You show it to that one over there,
That one
mate.
over
Yep,
there?
Yep.
Can you see that?
Now, that's Marina Pryor.
Marina Pryor, 8:15am.
Before Victoria.
Victoria.
It's a coffee ad.
It's a coffee ad, and
You'll be amused.
I used to like Marina, but I'm not sure about that.
What
now.
is that all about?
And I don't know, but she's got a big gut, but I'm assuming she's pregnant.
Well, my thought on it was that it was actually the flatulence before the first cup of coffee.
Before the first cup of coffee, because the coffee settles it, does it? I thought if you have a cup of coffee that induces birth, but I'm not sure.
Or makes you pregnant.
Or makes you pregnant. Too much coffee
Is
makes
that where we're stuffing up?
I think it must be.
We don't have enough coffee to get
No, I
pregnant.
drink a lot of coffee.
And Jennifer, got the duff?
Do you want to get pregnant, do you?
I'd love to carry a baby.
Jennifer,
I can see you with kids.
What's,
Oh, you'd be a lovely
what
father,
your
I'm
eye
sure.
during the
What
week?
news?
Yeah.
Oh, look, I don't really know. I
Make up
haven't been
something.
reading the newspaper. I've been too busy focusing on
Oh, that
also-
heroin thing. Now, that was amazing, I think.
That's scary. That's
The drive-by heroin and
Yep.
all that. Anyway, they're giving us the big wind-up, so... unfortunately, it won't be Tabitha back at the next segment. You'll still have me, but still tune in anyway. This is Squeal on Bent TV, Channel 31, your community station.
That was beautiful. That was
Well, welcome back to our final episode, and as you're probably aware, Tabitha and Vivian St James had to run off. They're doing an interview down at Cran Casino with our esteemed producer Lois Lovekitten and sometime host Paul.
Isn't it a pity the drag queens had to go?
Isn't it a shame? But they'll be on the show next week, obviously showing you what it is they're out taping right now. And before we go and introduce, of course, the new Bent TV president, Ralph, down there, I just want to thank Kelly, who popped in there briefly. Thank you, Kelly, who's back behind the camera.
But her English isn't good enough. We had to get her. But she... Oh, shut up.
Yeah, you tell him. Get in there.
I'm not sleeping with your house.
If you could see that at home, you'd blush. All right. And our president down the end, Ralph McLean, how are you this week?
I'm pretty good. I don't know whether I'm new anymore, though. I don't know whether I'm much of a replacement for Tabitha either. But, no,
your tits are just about as big, Ralph.
Just do your tits. Just squeeze your tits.
Right, tits Ralph up. That's how he got the votes.
Well, actually, Ralph's probably only joining us because we're about to go very shortly into some footage of the Mr. Lotus competition at the Star Hotel.
What's that? Speaking of Ralph, let's go into Mr. Lotus.
Well, I mentioned that because at some future date they're going to have a Mr. Rice Queen competition.
There either.
Watch out, Graham, competition, darling.
Hey, I'm not a bloody rice queen.
I've been there, done that.
I don't give a black, white, yellow, green or blue.
Nothing wrong with Catholic taste, of course.
No, of course not. Are you going to intro this?
I would if I knew what I was talking about, but I
But you
tried
don't,
to.
all right,
I
then,
work
so
circumstances where
if
I
Jason's
don't
ready,
know
you
what
ready,
to talk about.
Jason? We'll watch this footage then. Mr. Lotus Comp, have a look.
Getting closer to you,
Give them one more big hand in their swimwear. We'll see them again in about 30 or 40 minutes in their evening gown. Thank you, ladies.
Miss Monique.
Miss Monique. Miss Monique is the new Miss Lotus 2000. Flowers for her and a trophy. Let's put our hands together for Miss Lotus 2000. Miss Lotus 2000.
I won! Oh, well, actually, you've probably gathered that was the Ms. Well, I hope it was the Ms. Lotus competition, but I swear to you, my running sheet said Mister. Wow.
Well, it was wild. I must admit.
How many segments?
Who did you vote for?
Well, we didn't get to vote. They had a panel of very serious judges, and I was only there for cultural reasons. But what I actually find...
Cultural reasons?
You know, they come over to our country and take our jobs. No, I did not. I mean, poor Tabitha and the other white drags won't have jobs left with that talent.
But you'd rather be doing that, wouldn't you?
No, I think Tabitha's talent, that'll go on. But like they had swimwear,
They had swimwear, evening wear, the whole lot. But the thing was...
Talent?
Did they do the speech thing where they say, I'd like to save the world?
Yeah, the whole lot. The whole lot. But it was
your
so
interests?
packed, like, they turned away like 200 people at the door. It was so
How'd
packed.
you get here?
I don't know.
Oh, my family's
No, I just went to have a
He
look.
was wearing
But-
bikini too.
Did Fritz seen Miss Wotus or something?
Did Fritz what?
Fritz sing?
No, he didn't this time.
No?
But he normally does.
It's
wild. And last Saturday night was Mr. Rice Queen. And no, I didn't enter it because I refused to mix with those kind of people. I'm sorry, Mon, I know you're a half-caste. Marvellous.
I've got a white cleaner.
Yeah, good.
This is our ever politically correct Graham down the other end of the table. Well, Graham, we're meant to be talking about, in a responsible and sincere manner, transvestites in Ecuador.
Well, there is actually quite an issue going around the world, and I actually am quite serious sometimes. But due to transgender trannies. Now, what's going around the world at the moment, and like it's always been going on, but at least once or twice a week we get an international report of trannies that have been picked up, beaten, killed, imprisoned. This is a classic one.
Just for being a transvestite.
For being trannies. This is a classic one. 9 tranny sex workers were detained over 3 weeks. They used the excuse that they were all sex workers and stuff. Well, fuck it. Either way, who cares? Oh, sorry, I said the word again. We've got 7 more to go. And they get chucked in for 3 weeks, no charges, all that kind of stuff. And they're all forced to take an HIV test against their will. And it's just frightening, all these reports that are coming out. And I suppose what I think we should really be doing is getting involved with human rights organisations, whether it be ILGA, International Lesbian, Gay, whatever it's called. Association, thank you. Whether it be Amnesty or Human Rights Watch or whatever. Because this is going on around the world. And unless we actually do something about what's happening in the world, they won't be there to support us. Now, we never know. Imagine Pauline Hanson had won government. Now, and with the laws that you can actually shoot people in times of crisis with this new law that's been...
the one that was passed for S11,
sorry, the Olympics, for S11. I mean, so we actually really need to get involved. Now, you used to be a board member of Amnesty, if I remember right.
I was a group leader of Amnesty, and I should probably get involved again, shouldn't I? I should be a member at least.
I think you should roll, because you...
I did buy an Amnesty badge.
And how much did you give that poor child?
I think $2. So that's a small token, at least of my political.
And he lights candles regularly. So.
Yeah, he does. But no, on a serious note, we actually have to do more than what we're doing, and we really do. And I know that
What can we do, Graham?
Well, what we can do is join organisations, and we can become LWLs, losers writing letters. No, we can actually do serious stuff. The best way to actually change anything in the world is to write a letter. Now, Ralph's an ex-bureaucrat, and we know how to stuff up the system.
Well, actually,
write to the minister.
It seems bizarre, but every letter has to be answered, even under regimes which are forbidding human rights that should be obeyed. So just the simple act of writing a letter, especially if it's not a campaign letter. I think a campaign letter is one where it's the same words each time.
Yeah.
If you personalise it, it must be.
And don't abuse people. Don't call them names. It never gets attention. You just state your point and.
What about emails?
No, but there's no you bloody politicians, and you go on and on about it.
Email.
Anyway, we've got to go now because we saw Ms. Lotus. Excuse me. We should go and see Mr. Lotus. So this was down at the Star Hotel over the last say 3 weeks. Rice Queen was on Saturday. Cheers.
Susanna, and we're in front of the Star Hotel tonight. We are holding the annual Mr. Lotus for year 2000. Let's see who's going to win, shall we?
Mr. Lotus 2000. Are we going? Oh my God! Okay, send them back and we'll see you back in about 15 minutes.
I say I was very nervous, but sort of relieved now. You think you're going to win? I'm happy with second prize.
Good boy from Sydney. Mr. Lotus 2000 is Jonathan.
Cameraman was a bit obsessed with the angle of those shots, weren't they?
Do you think so?
Oh, just a tad.
No, I think
Maybe he just didn't have enough tilt up.
Yeah. Maybe he liked that particular brand of underwear and thought I'd better go and get
He was
some.
trying to white balance his camera.
He just white balanced the camera again, buddy.
It wasn't a banana.
That's a technical term for all you TV people out there. We're going to cross straight over to the news desk for our final instalment of Community News.
Thank you, Michael. Now, I've got a few announcements. On Saturday, the 11th of November, is the annual AIDS Memorial Candlelight Vigil and the Quilt Display. From 10 a.m, going through till 6 p.m. at the Royal Exhibition Buildings, the full Australian AIDS Memorial Quilt will be on display. Entry is by donation to that. Then on the same day at 7 p.m, starting from the General Post Office in Burke Street, is the Candlelight Vigil, that begins with the Gay and Lesbian Chorus, and the speaker will be the Honourable Bronwyn Pike.
Oh, but good honour. Thank you very much. And sorry to cut you short, but Robert, but time's escaped from all of us just about, and there's so many people to thank, and Tabitha and Vivian who aren't here. What a shame. Hi, Tabby. And, of course, all the regulars, Monique and Megan, a.k.a. Jackshit down the end there.
My cover's blown!
And, of course, to our guest, Jennifer Clark from Squip Market Print Promote, who put out the also directory. Vic Perry here, of course, who's your peer education officer.
HIV.
HIV, of course. Contact the AC, of course, for any of that type of information.
9865 6700.
Perfect. Don't forget you can contact us at squealnews@qmail.com.au, sorry. And also phone us at a number that no one has handy, do they? You got it?
We got it.
9419-4745. Thank you to all our Bent TV volunteers, and thanks for tuning in to another week of Squeal. We'll see you next week.
And
Thank
watch
you.
Blah Blah Blah. Coming
Watch
up very
Blah Blah
shortly
Blah
about
coming up.
religion. About religion.
Steady me. I'm not denying. I'm frightened but not of you. Though I'm barely touching you, I've shivered down my spine. And it feels deeper. Show me heaven, cover me. Keep me breathless. Show me heaven, if you know what it's like to dream a dream, baby, hold me tight and let this be
This program is proudly sponsored by DT's Hotel, where every colour of the rainbow drinks, corner of Hyatt and Church Streets, Richmond.